Archangel Michael says, 10 seconds left. God is trying to reach you, and you always skip it. Do not hurt God by skipping. Something unexpected and very shocking is going to happen suddenly tonight. Open this message quickly. 10 seconds might seem like a passing breath, but in the eyes of God, 10 seconds can shift everything. 10 seconds can pull someone out of darkness, bring a prodigal child home, heal a broken heart, or send down a miracle that has been delayed for years. Archangel Michael has been standing near you for longer than you know, but each time his voice tries to break through the noise, you rush past it. Not because you do not care, but because life has exhausted you, and silence feels like a burden when you are already tired. But this time is different. This is not just a moment. This is a turning point. Please take 1 second to comment, Amen, if your heart is open to receive this right now. You are not reading this by accident. The Spirit of God has drawn you here with purpose. The message is urgent because heaven has seen what is coming, and it will not wait for you to feel ready. God is not trying to scare you. He is trying to prepare you. Archangel Michael is not just a messenger. He is a protector, a defender of the will of God, and when he moves, it is because the throne of God has sent him. So many times he tried to warn you, not with fear but with fierce love, whispering protection into your spirit, blocking doors you begged God to open, tearing down relationships you were never meant to stay in. But you mistook the silence for absence, and you called the delay a punishment. You felt left out when all along heaven was building a shield around you. Before we go on, if your heart feels even the smallest shift while listening, please like this video to help others feel it too. This could be the very word someone else is about to miss. You need to understand this clearly. 10 seconds left does not mean something will be taken from you. It means something is arriving. It means the time for delay is over. The waiting season is breaking open. It means God has heard your quiet prayers, the ones you whispered when nobody saw you crying. The prayers you gave up on because nothing changed. But they reached the heavens, and now the heavens are answering. Not with thunder, not with lightning, but with the soft voice of Michael calling you out of the storm. Archangel Michael is not coming to destroy. He is coming to fight for you, because there is still time. You are still chosen. You are still seen. Say this to your heart now. I am not too late. I am not too broken. I am not forgotten. God has been closer than your breath in the silence. Every moment you wanted to give up, He stayed. When people walked away, He remained. When you were surrounded by shadows, He covered you. You are not here because you are perfect. You are here because you are purposed. Archangel Michael moves only when heaven commands, and right now this message is that command. Something unexpected is coming, not to break you, but to raise you, to bring beauty from what was wasted. This is the hour of divine reversal. This is the time when the rejected become the restored, when the abandoned become the anointed. There is a fire coming, not to burn you, but to cleanse everything that has tried to destroy your spirit. Stay through this. There is something being said beneath every word that your spirit will understand, even if your mind does not. You have skipped so many signs, not because you wanted to, but because your life has taught you to be careful, and that caution has built walls around you. But God is not angry with you. He is not holding your silence against you. He understands the heartbreak behind your hesitation. But now, He is speaking clearly. 10 seconds, 10 breaths. 10 moments from now, the Spirit will begin to move. Do not rush away. Do not scroll past the very word that is trying to lift you out of the pit. God's love is patient, but it is also persistent. He will not stop knocking until the door is opened. Archangel Michael will not leave his post until you are safe. Please comment 1111 if you believe that something divine is unfolding right now. You may feel tired, you may feel weak, But weakness is not failure. It is the place where God's strength meets you. You are not required to be unshakable. You are only required to be willing. Archangel Michael stands for those who feel like they cannot stand anymore. He fights for those who are too weary to raise their voice. He comes to remind you that you are not alone in this battle. The presence of God is with you, even now, even here. The unexpected thing that is coming is not random. It is the reward of your endurance, the healing of your generations, the answer that makes everything before it makes sense. It will come like a whisper that turns into a wave. The doors that closed will not matter anymore, because what is coming will make every closed door seem like mercy. The people who left you will no longer hold your worth. God's voice will become louder than the rejection, more powerful than the doubt, more healing than any apology you never received. Archangel Michael is calling, and you can feel it in your chest. Not anxiety, not fear, but awakening. The soft rise of faith beginning again. You are not reading this alone. The Spirit of God is sitting beside you. Heaven is leaning close. Your name is still written in glory. Your life still carries promise. The angels are not confused about you. They know exactly who you are. And they are not leaving. Why is this 7-second brain ritual suddenly going viral? Leaked CIA files have exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the floodgates to wealth. Verified by 4 top labs, this ritual is turning financial pain into prosperity fast. From massive bills to luxury trips, it's changing lives. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. This very moment is part of that mercy. You are still here because God would not let you fall beyond His reach. There is no space you've entered that His presence has not followed. You might have felt alone, but you were never abandoned. You may have heard silence, but you were never ignored. The pain you carried was not wasted. It was collected by heaven, stored like precious oil for a day such as this. And now, that oil is being poured. That anointing is being released. What has been held up is now being handed down. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you because the battle has shifted. You are not under attack the way you used to be. You are being called into your next season, and heaven wants you ready. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the hour to doubt. This is the moment to plant both feet on the Word of God and let Him speak truth into the tired places. The unexpected thing that is coming will not just bless you, it will change you. It will remind you of who you are. You are a child of the Most High God, and no matter how deep the valley has been, your story does not end there. The valley was never your home. It was the place you passed through. The hand of God is reaching through this message to pull you up. Archangel Michael has come not just to guard, but to guide. When you could not hear clearly, he was still fighting for clarity. When the weight on your chest kept you from praying, he was still carrying your name before heaven. The heavens never went silent. Your pain did not cancel your calling. Your delays did not erase your destiny. You are still chosen. You are still covered. You are still walking under a divine assignment, even if you don't feel like it. This is not about what you feel. It is about what is true. And the truth is, you were created for this moment. Heaven waited for this hour to speak to you again. And this time, it is not just a whisper. It is a roar from the throne room, reminding you that your life is part of a much bigger story. A story that the enemy cannot erase. A story that trials cannot undo. A story that angels have been waiting to help fulfill. This is not just encouragement. This is an awakening. You have been sleeping under sorrow for too long. God is shaking you gently, lovingly, and calling you back into light. Please comment 222 if you trust that God is working behind the scenes for you right now. The presence of Archangel Michael is not for comfort only. It is for clarity. He comes when things must shift, He is not a symbol. He is a servant of God's power, and when he moves, it means the heavens are opening. Right now, there are things moving in the unseen, doors being unlocked, chains being loosened, burdens being lifted. Angels have been released on your behalf, and not because you prayed perfectly, but because God remembers his promises. He keeps every word. He honors the tears of his children. The cries you buried inside, the ones you whispered in the dark, have been echoing in the courts of heaven. And now the answer is here. You do not need to understand it all right now. You only need to receive it. There is healing coming that will go deeper than the wounds. There is peace coming that will silence the memories. There is breakthrough coming that will rewrite your tomorrow. The way the enemy came after you, the way the pain repeated itself, the way confusion tried to settle into your mind, it is breaking. Not by force, but by the weight of God's love crashing down on everything that tried to suffocate your hope. You are not too far gone. You are not too late to receive this. Even if you skipped 1,000 messages before, heaven still speaks, God still sends, Michael still arrives. That is how loved you are. That is how fiercely protected you have always been. This divine timing is no accident. This exact moment is your intersection with grace. The reason you're hearing this now is because God didn't want you to carry one more day under that burden without knowing the truth. You are not just being called out of something. You are being called into something, into rest, into identity, into fullness, into everything God always wanted for you. You might feel the pressure building, but that's because the birthing has begun. This pressure isn't punishment. It's the sign that new life is being pushed forward. And Archangel Michael has been positioned around you to ensure that what God planted in you comes to life. The battles you fought have not been for nothing. They were proof that there was something worth fighting for inside you. The attacks came because your life carries weight in the spiritual realm. Hell knew your name long before you believed you mattered. But now, heaven is reminding you that your name is written not in the scars of your past, but in the Lamb's book of life. You belong to the light. You belong to the victory. You belong to the miracle. It's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of time. And that time is now. This part of your life is not a repeat of old pain. This is the beginning of restoration. There is something sacred about your survival. Every time you were crushed, but not destroyed, God saw it. Every time you almost gave up but kept breathing, heaven rejoiced. And now, the shifting has started. Not because you did everything right, but because your heart never fully let go of hope. You tried to walk away from your purpose, but your purpose kept following you. You tried to bury the dream, but God kept breathing life into it. And that's why Michael is near, because something has been unlocked in the heavens, and what you were created for is no longer being delayed. Is it time you unlock the same CIA secret brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak has revealed a powerful 7-second technique developed under CIA-funded research and backed by neuroscience. It's helping people magnetize wealth like never before, from debt to luxury faster than anyone believed. But this miracle won't stay public for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. The ache in your chest is not confusion. It is your spirit recognizing that the weight is lifting. Even if nothing around you looks different yet, something has shifted in the spirit. Chains are falling that you didn't even know you were wearing. The fear that used to grip your heart is losing its hold, and the voice of heaven is getting louder than your doubts. That is why this moment matters, because heaven is speaking clearly, and your soul is finally ready to listen. Please comment 333 to declare your faith is rising again. Archangel Michael is not only fighting battles around you, he is also bringing messages straight from the heart of God to remind you of what you carry. You carry light in places that have only known darkness. You carry healing in places that have only known grief. You carry the breath of God in a world that's gasping for hope. Your presence here matters more than you realize. You are part of the answer to someone else's prayer. You are the miracle in motion. And that's why the enemy tried so hard to silence you, isolate you, and convince you that nothing would ever change. Because if you rise, others will rise too. But you are rising now. You are standing in a moment where heaven is leaning in closer, where the winds of change are being stirred by angelic hands, where God is whispering your name again with love that has never run dry. What you thought was the end of your story was actually the beginning of the most beautiful part. You are being rewritten, not to erase your past, but to redeem it. Every scar is being transformed into a testimony. Every loss is being met with restoration. Every no is turning into a divine yes. There are things that didn't work out, not because you were unworthy, but because they were not worthy of you. God didn't allow certain relationships, jobs, or plans to last because He saw what you couldn't see. And even when you wept over closed doors, He wept with you. But He never changed His mind about your calling. You were always meant for more. You were never meant to live beneath your identity. And now, heaven is lifting you back into alignment with who you really are. The next thing coming into your life will not be born from striving, but from surrender. You don't need to chase what belongs to you. You only need to receive what God has already declared. Let your heart rest from trying to fix it all on your own. Let your mind stop running in circles of worry. Let your soul breathe deeply again. The hand of God is writing a new chapter, and Archangel Michael is guarding the pages until you are ready to live them fully. This next part of your life will be marked by unexpected joy, peace that makes no sense, strength that comes in the middle of weakness, and provision that flows from places you never thought to look. You won't have to force it. It will find you because God knows exactly where you are. His Spirit will go before you, His angels will surround you, and His promises will never return void. Everything He spoke over your life still stands. Every word will come to pass. You are not here by luck. You are not just surviving by chance. There is a divine fingerprint on your life that cannot be erased. God has appointed angels to guard you, not because you are perfect, but because you are His. Archangel Michael does not appear where there is no purpose. His presence is a signal that destiny is unfolding. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. Your prayers may not have been answered the way you imagined, but they were answered in a way that protected your soul. God has not been trying to withhold good from you. He has been waiting for your heart to be ready to carry it, and now the waiting is turning into fulfillment. The silence is becoming a song. The mourning is giving way to dancing. The ashes are being exchanged for beauty. The time has come to let go of the shame that kept you hiding, to forgive yourself for all the ways you felt like you failed, to believe again, not just in God, but in the goodness of His plans for you. Your story is not over. Your miracle is not canceled. Your future is not lost. You have been called by name. You have been set apart, and nothing will stop what heaven has started. The moment you gave God your last ounce of strength, He began to pour His own strength into you. What you thought was your breaking point was actually your birthing place. You are coming into alignment with a promise that has been waiting for you since the beginning of time. And Archangel Michael is standing guard, not to stop you from falling, but to make sure you keep walking. Archangel Michael is still speaking, because the work is not finished. There is more to be poured into your life, and heaven is not slowing down. The enemy thought he could discourage you enough to stop praying, delay you long enough to give up, isolate you deep enough to forget how to hope, but here you are, still standing, still listening, still chosen. And that is why this message is still unfolding. Because you are still the one God wants to bless. You are still the one he plans to lift. You were not meant to live beneath survival. You were meant to breathe in the fullness of God's love and walk daily under his covering. The struggle that surrounds you now is not the sign of failure. It is the sound of transition. You are moving from the season of just enduring into a season of being elevated, and Archangel Michael has been sent to help you cross that threshold, not just to protect you, but to awaken you to the reality of who you are in the eyes of the Most High. Please comment 555 if you feel the atmosphere shifting in your life right now. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. The presence of God has never wavered in your life, even when you walked through days so dark that you didn't think you would make it out, when no one checked in, when the nights felt endless, when you smiled through pain so that others wouldn't worry. God never looked away. He counted every tear. He sat with you in the silence. And when the time came, he commanded his angels to move. And Michael came with the strength of heaven, not just to fight off darkness, but to hold you steady until the light could reach you. There is power in your persistence. Even when you felt like letting go, you clung to something deep within, something God planted there long ago, a tiny ember of hope that never fully died. That ember is catching fire now. That quiet strength is becoming a roar, and you are not walking into this next season as the same person who survived the last one. You are walking in as someone who knows who held them through it all. Someone who has been refined, not ruined. This is why heaven is still speaking. Because you've been through too much to go back to living small. The old lies you believed about yourself are breaking off. The patterns that once trapped you are falling apart. The shame that haunted your past is being drowned out by grace. Archangel Michael stands beside you to reinforce what God has already declared, that you are not weak, not forgotten, not cursed. You are loved. You are chosen. You are protected. You are a living testimony of what it means to be kept by God. The unexpected thing that is coming is not a trick. It is not another trial. It is a shift so holy, it will feel like stepping into sunlight after years of shadow. It will remind you of every promise God made, even the ones you stopped waiting for. Doors will open not because you pushed, but because God whispered. Relationships will be restored, not through your efforts, but through divine timing. Provision will arrive from unexpected places. And joy, deep, quiet, overflowing joy will begin to rise where sorrow once lived. You are not the only one this is meant for. You are the beginning of it. God is using your life as proof that nothing is too far gone for him to redeem. That is why Archangel Michael is still near, because the miracle on your life is not just about you. It is about everyone who will be touched by the way God brings you through this. Your healing will inspire others to believe again. Your comeback will be the seed of faith for someone else's breakthrough. Do not let the fear of being disappointed again steal this moment from you. You are not going backward. The pain you've endured has built something holy inside you. A quiet strength that does not need to shout to be real. A peace that isn't shaken by circumstances. A joy that doesn't come from outside, but from knowing who you belong to. You belong to the one who never forgets his promises. Heaven is watching as your heart begins to open again. Angels rejoice each time you choose to trust, even in small ways. Even if you still feel scared. God sees your faith not as perfection, but as a willing heart. That is all he ever asked for. And that is enough to unlock everything he has stored for you. You don't need to figure out how it will happen. You only need to stay present and keep receiving. This is a moment of deep, divine exchange. Your weariness for His strength, your confusion for His clarity, your sorrow for His comfort. You are not invisible. You are not late. You are not passed over. The exact timing of your life has been carefully guarded by heaven. Archangel Michael has been watching, waiting, protecting. Every spiritual delay had a reason. Every "not yet" was a preparation. And now, heaven is declaring, now is the time. The fullness of what God wants to do is unfolding. Let go of the fear that it might slip through your fingers. What is from God will not be lost. What He has blessed will not be taken away. If you are still breathing, He is still working. If your heart is still open, He is still pouring. The heavens are not silent. They are speaking with urgency and love, calling you back to trust, calling you back to hope. Archangel Michael is not just bringing protection, he is bringing announcement. This is your moment. This is your shift. This is your hour of divine alignment. Your cries were not missed, and your endurance has not been overlooked. Right now, God is opening the windows of heaven over your life, and Archangel Michael is standing guard over what is being released. Not a single moment of your suffering will go to waste. Every tear you cried, every night you fought alone, every time you were misunderstood, it is all being redeemed in this very season. There is a weight that is lifting from your shoulders, one you've carried so long that you forgot what it felt like to breathe without it. God is removing what has pressed you down, not just spiritually, but emotionally, mentally, physically. He is healing the hidden places, the parts of you that you never told anyone were hurting. And Michael is here not only to protect what is being healed, but to remind you that you were never alone, not even once. The battles you didn't have the strength to fight were fought for you by hands you could not see. Please comment 1212 if you believe this healing belongs to you. The reason you felt such heaviness lately is because the breaking point has arrived. Not the kind that breaks you into pieces, but the kind that breaks the chains, the kind that cracks open every locked place in your life so the light of God can flood in. There is a divine pressure that comes right before a release, and you have been walking through it with more strength than you realize. Heaven saw how you kept going when everything in you was tired, how you gave to others when you felt empty yourself, how you stayed faithful even when it hurt. That faithfulness is being honored right now. Not in a distant, vague way, but in real and tangible change that is beginning to show up. Why is the government hiding this 7-second brain ritual from the public? A leaked CIA document just exposed a brain technique so powerful, it's helping people cancel debt and call in wealth within days. Validated by 4 top neuroscience labs, this method is changing everything. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You have wondered when it would finally be your turn, when it would stop feeling like life passed you by, when the pain would stop recycling itself. But the truth is, you were not being punished. You were being refined. You were being shaped by God's own hands. You were being held in place until the ground beneath you was strong enough to hold what God is about to place in your life. This next blessing isn't ordinary. It's not random. It's an answer to years of spiritual labor, and Michael is here to make sure nothing steals it from you. God is doing something suddenly, but that sudden move was prepared long ago. The things that seem to shift quickly are the result of years of hidden preparation. The people who show up to support you now are answers to prayers you forgot you prayed. The doors that are opening didn't appear out of nowhere, they've been guarded until now. And Archangel Michael has been one of the ones standing in front of those doors, not to block you, but to make sure the enemy couldn't enter first. God has been preparing you quietly while protecting you fiercely. You might still feel the residue of your old pain, the sting of rejection, the echo of words that broke your spirit. But God is not just healing your circumstances, He is healing your memory of them. He is taking the sting out of what happened so that it no longer defines who you are. He is giving you freedom not only from your past, but from the way it tried to follow you into your future. And Michael is present because this kind of deliverance is holy. The atmosphere around your life is being cleaned. The spiritual weight around you is lifting. The fog in your mind is clearing. You are stepping into something that does not look like what you've come out of. There is no more room for old patterns, no more space for shame, no more tolerance for the voices that made you feel small. This is a divine reset. This is holy ground. Heaven is not asking you to be perfect, just willing to trust again, willing to believe again, willing to walk forward even when you are still shaking. That willingness is what moves heaven. That willingness is what draws angels to your side. There is a sound that is coming from heaven now. It's not loud, it's steady, like the sound of peace rising, like the sound of chains falling, like the sound of destiny returning to its rightful place. The winds have shifted, and the Spirit of God is breathing new life into the parts of you that felt forgotten. The dreams that died too young, the hopes that were buried too soon, He is speaking life into them again. And Michael is guarding those dreams as they rise, making sure that what was meant for you does not pass you by. This moment is not a feeling, it's a marking. Heaven is marking you again with divine favor, not because you earned it, but because you are loved, because you are His, because even when you doubted yourself, God never doubted what He placed inside you. His plans have not changed, His promises have not expired. The waiting did not cancel the blessing. The storm did not delay the victory. And now, it is arriving. Quietly, powerfully, undeniably. If you could see what was happening around you in the Spirit, you would never doubt again. The angels are surrounding you. The oil is being poured. The path is being cleared. What you were worried about is already handled. What you feared has already lost its power. And what you've been waiting for is coming into view. Trust what you feel rising within you right now. That's not just emotion. That's the Holy Spirit confirming that you are exactly where you need to be. Stay here. Rest in this truth. Do not rush past it. Do not let the noise of the world pull you out of this sacred moment. God is doing what only He can do. He is making all things new. And Archangel Michael is standing by to make sure nothing gets in the way. You are being lifted not by chance, but by divine appointment. Everything you've been through led to this. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was lost. Heaven has counted it all. And now, it is your time to rise. You were born with a purpose sealed in heaven long before the world touched you. That purpose has survived storms, heartbreak, disappointment, and seasons of silence. But it has never been taken from you. God never changed His mind. And now, the fire that once dimmed in your soul is being rekindled by His breath. You are not just healing. You are awakening. You are not just being restored. You are being rebuilt from the inside out with a strength that cannot be shaken. And Archangel Michael is present for this work because it is holy, because it is time, and because heaven never leaves purpose unprotected. Please comment 777 to affirm that your faith is unshakable no matter what season you walk through. There is no shame in how long it took you to arrive here. No shame in the doubts, the detours, or the despair. God was never waiting for you to be perfect. He was only waiting for your heart to remain open. You don't need to feel strong to receive this. You only need to be willing. Willing to believe that God is still writing your story, that the final word has not been spoken, and that you are still on your way to everything heaven has promised you. There is a reason Archangel Michael continues to stand by your side, because what is being planted now must be protected. The seeds of hope, of peace, of restoration, they are fragile at first, and yet they are powerful beyond measure. The enemy knows the threat of someone who believes again, of someone who chooses to rise after being crushed, of someone who worships even while they wait. That is why the warfare was so heavy. Not because you were weak, but because you were worth it. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account overnight? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that's flipping lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth attraction brainwaves. People are now stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. Everything you endured has made room for something greater. The emptiness you felt was never a curse. It was space being cleared for a blessing too big for your former life to hold. You outgrew the old patterns. You shed the old lies. And now, heaven is filling the emptiness with the presence of God in ways that will overflow into every area of your life. You will not remain in lack. You will not remain in sorrow. You will not remain stuck in the chapters that tried to define you. God is not just preparing a way for you. He is preparing you for what's coming. That is why He allowed certain things to break, not to harm you, but to remove what could not go where He's taking you. What felt like loss was actually release. The people who left, the plans that failed, the things that didn't make sense, they were never meant to carry the weight of your destiny. And Archangel Michael has been keeping watch, making sure the doors that need to stay closed remain closed, and the path ahead stays clear. Your faith does not have to be loud. It only needs to be alive. Even a flicker is enough for God to work with. He does not despise small beginnings. He treasures them. Because from that small spark, He can ignite a fire that transforms everything. That is what He's doing now, lighting the fire again in you. Not to burn away what is left, but to illuminate what is ahead. This is not the end. This is the threshold. And when God moves at the threshold, He does so with power. You are not waiting for heaven to notice you. Heaven has been waiting for you to believe again. And now that you do, even if it's trembling, even if it's uncertain, everything is shifting. The spiritual atmosphere around you is responding. What felt locked is opening. What felt dry is being watered. What felt delayed is moving into alignment. You may not see it in full yet, but you will feel the peace return. You will feel the fear lose its grip. You will feel joy rise where heaviness used to live. Michael's presence confirms what your heart has quietly hoped for, that you are not forgotten, that heaven is not far, that you are not behind. God is not late. His timing is not broken. His plan for you is still unfolding, and it is good. Not just good someday, but good now. Even in the waiting, even in the uncertainty, even in the rebuilding, He is good, and He is near. And nothing will be able to stop what He's already set in motion. You may not know what comes next, but you don't have to. The one who leads you knows. You can rest, not because life is perfect, but because God is present, and in His presence you are safe. In His hands you are whole. In His love you are secure. That is what Michael has come to remind you of, that you are protected not only in battle but in peace. You are watched over not only in danger, but in every moment. The blessing that is being prepared for you will not require you to chase it. It will find you because it's yours. You won't need to strive. You will only need to stay faithful, stay grounded, stay close to God's voice. Let Him lead. Let Him finish what He started, because what He is building in your life is not temporary. It is eternal, it is real, and it will last. Do not give up in this moment of waiting. The delay was not denial. The silence was not abandonment. It was heaven moving pieces into place. It was angels working behind the scenes. It was Michael fighting off what tried to destroy you so that you could receive what you were always meant to carry. And now, That time has come. When Archangel Michael stands near, it means something from heaven is touching the earth, not just in a distant, symbolic way, but in a real, personal way meant just for you. You are not part of a crowd. You are not one of many being swept along. You are the one being called. You are the one heaven is reaching for in this very moment. The delays you've experienced have not canceled your promise. They have made space for a deeper level of glory to be revealed through your life. Please comment 999 if you know deep within that your next chapter is going to be holy. There are shifts happening around you that your natural eyes cannot fully perceive yet. Doors are unlocking that have been sealed shut for years. Hearts are softening where they were once hardened. Places of deep emotional pain are being soothed with supernatural comfort. These are not small things. These are signs of God's presence at work, and Michael is not here just to watch. He is here to move, to protect, and to clear the way for what has been written over your life to finally come to pass. There are seasons when God is quiet, not because He is far, but because He is working beneath the surface. This has been one of those seasons for you. But the silence is now breaking. The stillness is now shifting. The wind of the Spirit is moving again, and with it comes the movement you've been waiting for, not just around you, but inside you. The heaviness that lived in your chest is lifting. The sadness that once came without warning is loosening its grip. You are not returning to the person you once were. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. You might still feel unsure. You might still carry the memories of pain, but they no longer define you. The story is turning. The weight is being exchanged for wonder. The sorrow is being exchanged for strength. And the questions that once haunted you are being answered with peace. You are not behind. You are being brought forward in God's time. The acceleration that is coming to your life will make sense of the long seasons of stillness. God is not rushing, He is aligning. And what He aligns, no force in hell can interrupt. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest ticket to luxury? Recently leaked research shows a simple brain ritual that's allowing people to attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, this technique is transforming debt into abundance instantly. Homes, cars, and vacations are just the beginning. If you're seeing this now, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There is something coming that will silence every voice of doubt in your mind. A breakthrough so undeniable that even the hardest part of your story will look like it belonged. A miracle so precise that you will no longer question whether God sees you. He has always seen you. And now, He's showing you how deeply He's been involved in every part of your journey. Michael has been standing beside you because what is about to unfold will carry the weight of heaven's glory. You are not just being blessed. You are being trusted to carry something sacred. My child, listen closely. I am speaking directly to your heart right now. You may not see me with your eyes, but my presence surrounds you in every breath you take. I have been watching over you through every sleepless night, every quiet tear, and every moment when you felt alone. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are covered under my wings. There are things happening around you that you cannot see. Some are spiritual battles. Some are traps laid by people who smile in front of you but whisper against you behind closed doors. Yet do not be afraid, because I have already gone before you. The very plans your enemies designed to destroy you are being reversed at this very moment. I am turning their plots into pathways that will lead you to victory. When I say I am protecting you from unseen enemies, I mean every word. There are moments when you think something just happened by chance, a delay, a sudden change, a closed door, but those were not coincidences. Those were my hands intervening to keep you safe. What you call disappointment, I call divine protection. What you think is rejection, I call redirection. I have shielded you from people who would have drained your spirit and broken your peace. I have blocked messages, delayed meetings, and ended connections not because I wanted you to suffer, but because I saw what you could not see. I saw hearts that carried jealousy, tongues that carried lies, and hands that carried hidden weapons. But my hand moved faster than their plans. That is why you are still standing. You have no idea how many times I've saved you from situations that were designed to destroy you. The reason you are still breathing today is not luck, it's my mercy. The reason the storm didn't crush you is because I stood in the middle of it and said, "Peace, be still." You didn't see me, but I was there. I always was. My child, I want you to stop fearing what people say about you. You spend too much time worrying about who doesn't like you, who betrayed you, and who walked away. Stop chasing explanations. Stop searching for validation. Let them talk. Let them go. Let them think they've won. While they are speaking your name in secret, I am writing your name in light. While they are trying to close doors against you, I am unlocking gates of favor that no human hand can shut. I am not blind to the hurt you carry. I see the moments you pretend to be fine while your soul quietly aches. But hear me now, no pain you've faced has been wasted. Every tear has watered a seed of purpose. Every betrayal has prepared your spirit for discernment. Every delay has built the patience that will sustain you when I lift you higher. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone. Some battles are not yours, they are mine. Stand still, and you will see the salvation of the Lord. I am fighting for you even now. You may not feel it, but angels have surrounded you. They are guarding your home, your mind, your finances, and your path. The enemy may try to disturb your peace, but I have already set boundaries he cannot cross. Do not fear the unseen, for I am in the unseen. I am the light that reveals what darkness tries to hide. When you walk into a room and feel heaviness, know that your spirit is sensitive because I have anointed you to sense what others ignore. Do not doubt your discernment. It is one of your greatest weapons. Trust what your spirit feels, for I speak through peace, not confusion. Some of the people who once smiled with you have been silently competing against you. They saw your light and wanted to dim it. They could not understand why, despite everything you've faced, you still rise. It's because I'm the one who lifts you. They are not fighting you. They are fighting the grace that rests on you. But grace cannot be defeated. What I have placed upon you cannot be taken away by envy or lies. My child, you must also guard your heart. Forgive those who wronged you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. The moment you forgive, the chains break. The enemy loses power the moment you choose love over bitterness. I know how hard it is to release people who hurt you. I know the wounds are deep, but when you forgive, you are trusting me to handle justice in my way, not yours. And I will repay. I will not let your enemies triumph. I will not let their words define your future. The same mouths that cursed you will one day say, "Look what God has done." The same ones who thought they buried you will see you bloom again. The pit they dug for you will become the foundation I build your blessing upon. Remember Joseph, they threw him into a pit, sold him as a slave, and lied about him. Yet I turned it into a path to power. The same will happen for you. What was meant for evil will turn into good. Pause for a moment and breathe. You've been through storms that could have broken others, but you are still here. That's proof of my protection. Every time you thought, "I can't take this anymore," I gave you strength to take one more step. You thought you were weak, but I saw your endurance. You thought you were alone, but I surrounded you with my angels. You thought it was the end, but it was the beginning of something greater. Now listen carefully, your next chapter will not be written by fear. It will be written by faith. I am restoring everything that was stolen from you. The years that were wasted, the people who left, the opportunities that slipped away, I will bring new ones that are even better. What you lost in tears, you will recover in joy. What was delayed will now be delivered. You are stepping into divine protection and divine provision at the same time, but you must trust me completely. Stop reopening doors I closed. Stop questioning why things had to end. You prayed for peace, and I answered by removing people who disturbed it. You prayed for clarity, and I exposed hearts that were never real. Don't fight the answers to your own prayers. What you lost was never meant to stay. What I have prepared for you will never leave. There are some blessings I had to delay because you were surrounded by wrong voices. If I had given you what you asked for back then, it would have fallen into wrong hands. But now, I am aligning your circle. I am surrounding you with genuine souls, people who carry peace, not poison. You will soon look back and understand why I didn't let certain people come with you to your next season. My protection is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it feels like loneliness. But even in silence, I am working. When I separate you from certain people or situations, it's because I'm preparing you for greater things. Your destiny is too valuable to be connected to everyone. Some people were never meant to understand your journey because they were never assigned to walk it with you. Don't let fear rule your heart. The unseen enemies may whisper, but I thunder. They may try to delay you, but they cannot stop you. Every force working against you is now being dismantled. Every curse is being broken. Every hidden agenda is being exposed. I am placing a wall of fire around you that no darkness can cross. You are surrounded by my light, and no evil can touch what I have blessed. When I say I am protecting you, it means I am also transforming you. I am teaching you to depend on me, not people. I am shaping your spirit to recognize truth from deception. The trials you faced were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to strengthen your discernment. Now you will see through false smiles. You will feel the difference between real love and manipulation. You will no longer fall for emotional traps because wisdom is growing within you. Every battle you've faced is preparing you for the authority you will carry. You will soon speak, and things will shift. You will pray, and chains will break. You will step into places where others failed, and open doors no one else could. That's not pride, that's purpose. You have been refined through pain, so you can carry my power with humility.